Welcome to the ISC World Tournament here on Softball Premier TV for our second game here from the Diamonds in Glencoe, Ontario. My name's Adam Donnelly. I'm going to be bringing the action here as we have the STK Fastball Club from Chase, British Columbia, real close to my hometown of Kamloops, taking on the Waterdown Hammer, who haven't traveled quite as far to be here. Should be a good one. Temperature's about 28 degrees. Wind is about 15 kilometers an hour. You can see it kind of rocking our camera a little bit back and forth there. You're going to be able to hear it on the mics, but nonetheless a great day of ball as we have the lineup here offensively for STK Fastball, who comes in as the visitors. Leading off, Dallas Kipfer playing third base, Gus Wilson at shortstop, Corey Jones at first, Kyle Cowick the catcher. He's going to be in the cleanup spot. We've got Nick Fry, the center fielder, in the 5 spot. Zarshaw Wallace out in left field. Ian Cremore at second base. Ethan Lands, the designated player. And Felipe Munoz in right field for STK. Going around the horn here for the Waterdown Hammer, you have Curtis Ruetz out in left field. Andrew Kelly in center. Luke Zettel in right. Mark Stack over at third base. Riley Coverdale, shortstop. Ryan Marr, second base. Andrew Mathies over at first. And the battery of Reese Yancey and Joe Mick. We are getting set to get underway. Our umpiring crew looks like Dave Harrington behind the plate. We've got Frankie Billingsley over at first base and Michael DeBreyu at third. We're set for a beauty here as we have the number 4 finishers last year, STK finishing just outside the top 3. A vastly different lineup as team owner, manager, sponsor Benny Anthony decided a little bit late in the game to enter a team into the competition this year. I know after last year that there was a little bit of, I don't want to say hesitation, but you know, with the work it takes to run a team and a business, it's not always easy, but I know this endeavor brings Benny a lot of joys. We're going to see him. You can just see him on the corner of the screen down the first base side, and then over at third you have Doug Allen, head coach here for STK, as we have Yancey pouring in a strike. Reese Yancey getting things underway here for the Waterdown Hammer. Dallas Kipfer leading off here as he fouls that one back. STK, the ungracious hosts, winning their own tournament in Kamloops, an event I was part of with my local club team. Really great to be part of that and see some of the best ball players in the province. Didn't enter into the Kelowna Maydays tournament this year, but a lot of their players had some really good involvement in that, as we saw Nick Need's kind of coming out party this year at that event over the May long weekend, as he pitched an absolute gem in the first game for a local Kelowna team, held the Hill United Chiefs to a 0-0 draw, which I tell you was the talk of the whole tournament. That one taken inside for ball 1, 1 and 2 now the count. Quick switch out of balls there for Yancey. We know pitchers are a little particular about what they like to throw. New balls are never the best option. Is that one down for ball 2? It's my first look at this Waterdown Hammer team. Talking to Blair Setford. Said there's a lot of talent out here, a lot of good young players. Looking forward to seeing them. As that changeup comes inside, gets Kiffer to swing over top of it for the first out of the inning, and a strikeout for Yancey. 27, shortstop, Gus Wilson. That's going to bring up Gus Wilson, the shortstop. Saw Wilson in Kelowna with the Souk Loggers at that event, and then a couple weeks later at Benny's tournament in Kamloops. Wilson, an exceptional athlete, really good shortstop. Guy coming over from baseball who's only played a few years of fast pitch, but is really finding his way, especially in the field. He is an electric infielder and picking things up with the stick as he takes a strike. Takes that one inside. STK wearing the easily identifiable orange jerseys with a bit of an Argyle print on them. Wide orange stripe down the pants. And he's never been one to not take chances with his uniforms. As Wilson gets things going with a base hit through the hole to start things off for STK. As the shortstop's on, leading things off. So, a little something cooking here as that brings up veteran hitter Corey Jones.
Corey Jones.
Jones, veteran of Team Canada, played for the Grand Prairie Pirates, now residing in Lloydminster. He takes that rise ball for ball one. Jones, a teacher, had a nice chat with him in Kamloops as he has recently made that transition to Lloydminster. That ball down. Wilson on the move. He is in there safely. As that was a bit of a hard slide, not in that he went into the opposition player, just that seems a little bit, what's the word, soft down there. Maybe he went a little more down than he did horizontally, as we'll see the replay. Slides in hard. Ball scoots away as he's in there safely with a stolen base. So STK looking aggressive here to start things off on the base paths. Runner in scoring position for Jones. That rise ball coming in just at the belt on Jones. Takes it for strike one. Jones, a guy who can do damage. Is that one well off the plate? Or outside for ball three. You can hear that wind whipping around our microphones. Do our best to mitigate that, but there's not much that you can do when you have something that's exposed to the elements like this. Time called, I think, by Jones as he steps out.
Come on, Jonesy!
Weather remains great for ball, like I said, about 28 degrees. Bit of a breeze blowing across the diamond here. Is that one down, just misses. So, Corey Jones, who is lovingly referred to by his teammates as Unk, takes a walk. STK, pair of base runners here, as Kyle Cowick comes in. The catcher, cleanup hitter here for STK. Cowick, another member of that Souk Loggers team at Maydays in Kelowna, as he takes a healthy cut for strike one.
Come on, Cowick!
STK bringing a lot of players together from across different parts of BC. You've got athletes from the interior, you've got athletes from Vancouver Island, from the Lower Mainland. Say Corey Jones residing in Alberta. And then a select few international additions as well. Is that one taken down? Plate umpire Dave Harrington not calling that pitch thus far for Yancey. Reese Yancey on the hill here. Look to pull the string there a little bit as that gets Cowick to swing over top of it. See Cowick there, a bit of an open stance. close that up as the pitch comes in. He takes that one outside for strike 3. Cowick not happy about it, but he goes down looking.
Come on, Nick. Now batting, number 14, center fielder, Nick Fry.
For the second out. That'll bring up Nick Fry here with 2 out and 2 on for STK, looking to pounce on the Waterdown Hammer and score a couple of early runs here in the top half of the first. Zarshaw Wallace waiting on deck. That drop ball coming in high just above the belt. Fry takes it for ball 1. That rise ball fouled back by Fry. He finds himself with a count even, 1-1. Big spot here in the early going for STK fastball. Fry, oh, smacked right up the middle, handled by Yancey. Nice play there as Fry goes down with the 1-3 ground out. So, a little something doing for STK, but Waterdown Hammer does a good job of getting out of the jam. And we are through a half inning here so far in our second matchup of the day here from Glencoe. You're watching the ISC World Tournament, the 80th edition of it, here on Softball Premier TV. So you see Nick Need warming up there for STK fastball. And we look at the offensive lineup here for the Waterdown Hammer. Curtis Ruetz leading things off here, the left fielder. Then you have Mark Stack, the third baseman. Ryan Marr hitting in the 3 spot at second base. Andrew Kelly, the center fielder, cleaning up. Luke Zettel, the right fielder, in the 5 spots. Riley Cloverdale, the shortstop, in the 6 hole. Andrew Mathies in the 7 spot, the first baseman. Dave Barraclough in the 8 spot, and Joe Mick rounding things out. As we go around the horn for STK, Zarshaw Wallace in left field, Nick Fry in center, Felipe Munoz in right field. Around the infield, Dallas Kipfer, Team Canada alumni from Ontario. Next to the tip there, Kyle Smith. Gus Wilson at shortstop, who played some university baseball out here in Ontario before making the switch to fast pitch. And I guess, according to our resident historian, Doug Roberts, he's only played about 60 games of fast pitch so far. At second base, you have Ian Creemore. First base, Corey Jones. And the battery of Nick Need and Kyle Cowick is how your defense rounds out here for STK. Curtis Ruetz leading things off here for the Waterdown Hammer. As I mentioned earlier, Nick Need had a good start to the year, played for Team Canada's U23 team in the World Championships. They didn't have the finish they want, but Nick logged a lot of innings down there. So you see the first pitch from him, poured in for a strike. Nick, in the opening, I guess, event of the ISC calendar, held Hill United to no runs, just 3 singles in that first game of the Kelowna May Days tournament, which people were still buzzing about for the remainder of the tournament as that drop ball comes in. Nick hailing from Terrace, BC. Got a nice message from his dad, Bruce, a little earlier. Bruce, thanks for watching. I imagine we'll see you here at some point over the course of this tournament. Big supporter of his son, Nick. That dipper coming a little high. Cowick may have been a bit crossed up there. Slipped away from him. To count to the leadoff hitter here for the Waterdown Hammer. 3-1 now. Looked like a low spinner, just missing down, I would say, because it looked like it caught the corner of the plate there. That's going to be a leadoff walk for Ruetz. And Kyle, thanks again for the help with the pronunciation. It's Dave Bearclaw.
And the next batter, number
For
72.
Waterdown. So 1 on here, nobody out. We'll see if Waterdown's looking to sacrifices that. Looks like he might have pulled the string there, didn't need for strike 1. It's Mark Stack, second batter here for the Hammer. Playing third base in today's matchup. That one fouled off. Good hard rise ball in the outer half as Stack finds himself down in the count 0-2. Just getting a bat on that was Stack as he stays alive here. Fouls that one back to the backstop. Like it might have hit off Cowick, the catcher, and our umpire, Dave Harrington. 2 positions on the softball field that take a lot of abuse, especially over the course of a long tournament like this. 9 days of great fast-pitch softball action, 144 games, few in the book. Good lead there from Ruetz over at first, but Cowick does a good job of holding him there as he picks that one out of the dirt. Nick just doing a little bit of landscaping before he receives that ball back over on the pitcher's mound. Shout out to the grounds crews here. They have the unenviable job of trying to keep this park in pristine condition as we play 3 to 4 games a day, maybe more. Just making sure this mound, these batter boxes stay as good as they can as that one flied out. Shaw Wallace, hat comes off, but Zaw tracks her down and makes the catch for the first out of the inning as Stack flies out to left.
Second baseman Ryan Marr.
That's going to bring up the third baseman Ryan Marr. Sorry, second baseman Ryan Marr. Up the middle off knee, going to be picked up. Nice place by Wilson. Throw to first, not in time, as that one looked like it went off Need's foot as he slowed it down. So Mara ends up at first. Those Reds tossed out there as, yeah, just glancing off the foot of the pitcher Need there. Nice play by Creemore coming across, trying to make that throw, but just not in time. 6-4 put out for those of you scoring at home on Ruetz. 2 gone here as Marr ends up at first base on the fielder's choice, and that's going to bring up cleanup hitter Andrew Kelly. Kelly, the center fielder for Waterdown. Kind of low rumble you hear on the broadcast is going to be just that persistent wind we have here. That one comes in for a strike. Not a lot we can do about the wind noise, unfortunately, so bear with us as best you can. Otherwise, beautiful day here at the ballpark for this swing and a miss on 2-0. We could change up from Need. Young man from Terrace, BC, really coming into his own here. That one's going to be flared the other way. Felipe Munoz there puts it away as Kelly flies out to right field for the third out. So, again, a little bit of action here on the base paths, but nothing doing. Nobody scores. And through one, we are scoreless here from Glencoe at the ISC World Tournament, the 80th edition of this event. I want to say thanks for tuning in, and be sure to stick around all week. We're going to bring you as much action as humanly possible from both Glencoe and the parks of Bear Creek. Hopefully you are enjoying the action thus far. We're going to step away quickly and be right back to the top of the second inning. So leading off, we've got Zashaw Wallace, New Zealand international player who has played in BC for a couple of years now, finding his way onto this STK team. As that first one, nice pick there, throw over, and gets the speedy Wallace, who was first pitch swinging. That is a heck of a play by the third baseman there. Mark Stack made a nice stab and then gathered his footing underneath him to throw out Wallace over at first base. That's going to bring up Ian Creemore, second baseman. Again, not the biggest guy out there on the field, but I've seen him hit a couple of home runs and certainly can handle the bat well. Takes that one up and in. 1-1 the count. Takes that one high for ball 2. Foul back, evens the count 2-2 for Creemore. Takes that one for strike 3 on the inside corner, so Creemore goes down looking for the second out. And Yancey seems to be settling into a nice groove. Reese Yancey, Team Canada junior and senior team pool player for the national program, Softball Canada. It's going to bring up Ethan Lands from Chase, BC. As he takes strike 1. I've known Ethan probably since around the time he was born. Grew up at the ballpark with his dad, Mark, and his mom, Bernice. Has turned into a really nice player. Great set of hands on him. Good athlete. and coming into his own at this level. Still young, he's played a couple of seasons in New Zealand in the winter. Quickly finds himself down 0-2 in the count though. Waves at that one as he goes down in quick succession. 1-2-3 inning for Yancey and the Hammer. Even Felipe Munoz waiting on deck. He's going to lead things off for STK in the top of the third. Through 1.5. Waterdown coming up to the plate here in the bottom half of the second inning. Still no score between the Hammer and the STK Fastball Club here at the ISC 2026 World Tournament. You're watching live on Softball Premier TV. So just the one hit to speak of so far in this one, as STK got one in their top, was Gus Wilson with a single back in the top of the first inning here, as Waterdown looking to go to work here in their half of the second. Luke Zettel leading things off for the Hammer. The right fielder fouls that one back and out of play. One hooked foul. Looks like that was a changeup from Mead. That was down the right field line. Finds himself quickly up in the count 0-2 on Zettel. That one shot down the third baseline, and that's going to be extra bases as Zettel going for a run. Wallace gets it in quickly, but that's going to be a lead-off double for Luke Zettel here in the bottom half of the second inning. And that's going to bring up Riley Coverdale for Waterdown. Nobody out here, and a runner on second base, as they're looking to get the offense rolling here. That one shot towards the gap. Wallace can't get a hold of it. And here comes Zettel. He's going to come around to score. Going to third is Coverdale. Throw in, not on target. And so Coverdale in with an RBI triple. And it's the Waterdown Hammer striking first here in the second inning against STK as they now lead 1-0. Well hit ball into the gap there. And that's going to be a quick meeting here as head coach Doug Allen comes out to chat with his infield. Doug on the staff of the national team for Softball Canada. He's worked with the senior men's team before, and most recently would have coached the U23 squad that played in the recent World Championships earlier this year, I guess it would have been February-ish, so a little out of cycle for those boys, but still a great opportunity to go and test themselves against some of the best players in the world. As is this, a pretty young STK team. Good hard dipper there from Need to get things underway to Andrew Mathias. First baseman hitting in the 7 spot for Waterdown. Rise ball fouled away. And Mathias quickly finds himself in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. That one right down the middle. Mathias knew it as he goes down looking for the first out. So strikeout for Need.
Number 6. DP Dave Barraclaw.
So Dave Barraclaw coming up, the designated player in the 8th spot here for Waterdown. Just looking for a little bit of clarity on where the backside of that batter's box is going to be. Of course, the first thing every batter does, the leadoff hitter for both these clubs, is probably go and wipe that line out with their cleat as they get set, trying to get every advantage as they can. That one hit to first, just foul. Corey Jones pounces on it, but the ball is dead as I was just outside the white line. Swings and misses at that one from Need on the outside corner. Finds himself in the hole. 0-2 here. Oh, and catches the outside corner for another strikeout looking Nick Need. Looking to dial in that drop ball as that one painted the black to get Bearclaw. And that is going to bring up Joe Mick. Number 9 hitter, the catcher. That one scoots away from Cowick. Here comes the runner from third. He's going to score. So Coverdale scores after his triple left him at third. And Waterdown establishing a 2-0 lead here in the second inning. You just see the replay of that bit of a pass ball there. There's already a little bit of action down the STK side of things. I can see Scott Life warming up down there. Big swing and a miss there from Mick as he's down 0-2. Life is one of those returning players that was part of that 4th place finish for STK last year. Not as overpowering a pitcher as he may have once been, as there is strike 3. As after a couple of early runners, Need settles in and strikes out the next 3 batters. But the damage is done. A couple of runs there for the Waterdown Hammer in the bottom of the second inning, courtesy of a double and a triple by Luke Zettel and Riley Coverdale, respectively. And a pair of runs come across here for Waterdown as they lead STK 2-0 here. You're watching the 2026 ISC World Tournament here on Softball Premier TV. Leading things off here for STK Fastball is Felipe Munoz. Felipe, a member of the STK Fastball Club from last year, who, along with his brother Choco, Alejo Munoz, who was one of the top hitters at last year's World Tournament. Fortunately, Choco not with STK this year. He found a spot with JDT Energy. We'll see plenty of him at this tournament as Felipe takes ball one. Felipe played in Kamloops in the league with the Acceleration Strength and Conditioning Bombers, who won the league championship just last week. And Felipe, big part of that is he had a walk-off home run to end things in that game as he takes a healthy cut there on an inside rise ball from Yancey for strike one to even the count. That's one thing Benny has done a great job of in terms of just trying to elevate the game in BC, is just finding guys from all over who can play. Last year, of course, a really strong Argentine contingent on that STK team, including Felipe's brother Alejo, Manuel Godoy, Fede Eder, lots of really talented ball players who are now playing with other teams in this tournament. Oof. That drop ball bent as Felipe goes down looking to start things off here in the top of the third.
Third baseman, Dallas Kipfer.
That brings us back to the top of the rack here for Dallas Kipfer. Kipfer 0 for 1 in his only trip so far. He takes that one for strike one. That looked like the changeup there. So that one came in and down, dropped right off the table for Yancey, who is way ahead in this count. 0-2 to Kipfer. Kipfer hits that one. That is just past the outstretched shortstop there. So with an 0-2 count, Kipfer finds himself on base with a single here and one away in the top of the third.
Gus Wilson.
That's going to bring up Gus Wilson, the other guy in the STK lineup, with a hit. So he had a single and a stolen base back in the first. STK looking to push a run across here in the third inning. So we're still early in this one, but as we know, things can get late early. Especially when you have someone like Yancey who seems dialed in, as that one popped up and out of play on the right side. As the breeze picks up a little bit. The key in these conditions is finding stuff you can put on your notes to hold them down. That one taken inside by Wilson. Evens the count 1-1. One down. Wilson checks his swing there. Manages to hold the bat back. Time call by the batter. Wilson steps out. Yancey steps off the rubber. That one poured in for a strike. Even the count 2-2. Wilson fouls that one straight over the backstop to stay alive here in a 2-2 count. Dallas Kipfer over on first base after his single. Getting Getting back into the heart of the STK order here. Good time for them to do something. Oh, is that one off his hand? Umpire calling it a foul ball, though. Wilson obviously in a little bit of discomfort as that one goes off his hand. Looks like we're going to have a little conference here. See if the umpires out on the base paths caught anything. See if it was a hit by pitch or indeed a foul ball. The signal is it looks like it is being ruled a foul ball. Head coach Doug Allen just coming over to chat with his batter who's taken off the glove just to see if it's marked his hand at all. We have a replay there. Looks like it did catch just the knob of the bat, but also would have been his hand there. So an unfortunate and painful foul ball. But the count remaining 2-2 here to Wilson. Swing and a miss there for the second out. Second strikeout of the inning for Reese Yancey as he continues to roll. And that's going to bring up Corey Jones.
First baseman, Corey Jones.
Jones took a walk back in the second inning. Sorry, that was in the first. I just forgot how to scorekeep there for a second. So Jones walked and was stranded back in the first. And now is looking to move this runner with a hit. Try and get a little offense going for STK. So that one's taken on the outer corner for strike two. Jones in a hole, 0-2. That one further outside. Good take from Jones. As that one off the plate on the outer half. Big swing and a miss. Jones goes down swinging as the runner's in motion, but it's a moot point as that is a strikeout of Corey Jones. And Yancey just keeps on rolling.
Third, no runs, one hit. Nobody walked on base.
7 strikeouts through 3 innings for Yancey as he shows why he is part of Team Canada's plans moving forward. We've got a good game on our hands here in the second one from Glencoe. You're watching the 2026 ISC World Tournament, the 80th edition of the event here on Softball Premier TV. So we're off to the bottom of the third inning, leading things off. Curtis Ruetz, who started us with a walk, but then was the second out back in the first inning on a nice 6-4 put out by Gus Wilson, orchestrated by Gus Wilson and Ian Creemore there. Couldn't quite get the double play, but nice defensive stop nonetheless. Roots fouls that rise ball back up and out of play. gave up a couple of hits in the last half inning, a double and a triple to Luke Zettel and Riley Coverdale, who did come in to score, but then settled in to strike out the next 3 batters. So look to pull the string on that one. Just missed, I would say low. Pours in a drop ball for strike 2. Pulls the string for strike 3 is Need. Gets Roots, the leadoff hitter here, with the strikeout for out number 1 here in the top of the 3rd. Need really showcasing the whole arsenal. He's got the changeup working, got the drop, got the rise ball. All 3 pitches kind of working together, as both these pitchers have really shown. Good change of pace, keeping these hitters off balance. Is that one up the middle? Greenmore going to get there, but he can't pick it clean. So that's going to go as a base hit for Stack. Mark Stack, 3rd baseman, with a single, with 1 away here.
Batter number 24, second baseman Ryan Maher.
Waterdown showing that they are offensively, they're gaming in here. They're working hard, getting guys on. Stringing some hits together. And now it's up to Ryan Maher. That one fouled straight back into the screen for strike 1. Maher, timing on that pitch was good, just missed it underneath. Maher 0 for 1 in this one. On a fielder's choice, he reached first, but was stranded there in the 1st inning. That one hit out to Munoz in right, and that's going to be a home run for Ryan Maher as he goes oppo on Nick Need. And just like that, Waterdown have doubled their lead. It's now 4-0 for the Hammer. That one just kept drifting over the head of Felipe Munoz.
Center fielder Andrew Kelly.
Got it up into the wind, and it got out of the park. And that looks like that is going to do it for Nick Need's afternoon as head coach Doug Allen quick with the hook here, bringing veteran Scott Life. To take over pitching duties. Need goes 2 1/3. Gives up the 4 runs, had 3 strikeouts. Just 12 batters in his outing, so not the way he would have hoped to start this ISC World Tournament, but again, you can't take anybody for granted here. So all these teams have come to play, and all these teams have talent, whether it's on the field, at the plate. And so now Scott Life tasked with coming in to hold down these Waterdown hitters. Andrew Kelly, the batter here, with one away in the bottom of the third inning. New pitcher for STK, Scott Life, hails from Souk, BC on Vancouver Island. Most beautiful places in that province. And he pours in strike one. Just watching Life warm up. A little bit of ride to that rise ball. Looks like it's going to ride up and then away from a right-handed hitter. See if he starts those guys there. As Munoz takes a step in but tracks that one down. And Life induces a fly ball for the second out of the inning. Andrew Kelly goes down.
Now batting number 20, right fielder Luke Zettel.
I'll bring up the right fielder Luke Zettel, who led things off back in the second with a double and a run scored. He'll be looking to put the ball in play here with a couple out here for the Waterdown Hammer. As you see that ball kind of curve in from Life, that low rise. Dipper misses on the outside corner from Life. That one skied out to left. Wallace settles under it for the out. And so Life comes in, gets a pair of flyouts, and does his job of stemming that tide. See a replay there of the home run. That one just lifted up into the air and it kept going, and gone. Pair of runs on a pair of hits for the Waterdown Hammer, and that's how they got their 2 runs that inning. So a couple of innings where they score a pair of runs, they find themselves up leading STK fastball 4-0 after 3 complete. Be sure to stick around. Lots more fastball action to come on Softball Premier TV from the 2026 ISC World Tournament. So getting things underway here for STK in the top of the 4th is Kyle Cowick. He finds his team trailing 4-0. Pair of runs back in the second and a pair of runs in the third for Waterdown. Last 2 coming via home run. Thanks to Ryan Marr, the number 3 hitter, showing us why he's in that spot. Reese Yancey really has settled in so far in this one. He's pitching a real nice game. Number of strikeouts so far as Cowick rips that one the other way, and that's why Kyle Cowick's where he is in that STK lineup. He's going to get things underway with a leadoff single here. And we'll bring up Nick Fry. Cowick gets himself a batting average with that piece of hitting. And we're going to see a pinch runner here for Cowick, as the speedy Joshua Poblette coming in wearing number 99. Again, significant number for sports fans here in Southern Ontario, as many of us should know why. Joshua Poblette might be one of the nicest guys you're going to meet at the ballpark. And potentially one of the fastest, too. One of the best arms I've seen. Great arm, great wheels in the outfield. Fun to watch play, especially when he's kind of playing at a level where he can showcase those. Here he is being used as a pinch runner in this situation for catcher Kyle Cowick. Rest Kyle's legs and give Josh a chance to use those wheels potentially. Nick Fry to bat. Fry grounded out to the pitcher back in the first. He fouled that one, just missing that pitch. High drop ball there from Yancey. Seven strikeouts through 3 innings so far for Yancey. As that one laced into left, handled out there. So well hit ball, but right at the left fielder. As Fry goes down for the first out of the inning. Pablett didn't really have a chance to tag up. That's going to bring up Zarshaw Wallace. As time called here. Catcher Mick just going to go out and chant with Yancey. Sar, one of the imports on this STK team, has been playing his, I guess, club ball in Kelowna this year in the Major Men's League there. Their season would have just wrapped up. But Wallace also going to as many tournaments as possible. One thing about this STK team, the players are kind of scattered all over the province and then come together for these big events, all with this being kind of that culminating tournament. I know both Josh Pablett and Felipe Munoz are going to be heading home. As Wallace, not much you could do with that except kind of slash it out foul as he discards the glasses for a little better view. 0-2 count here to Wallace. Looks like a little bit of a change of pace there. Gets Wallace to swing over top as that thing just bent coming in there.
Number 6, second baseman.
Mark that as the 8th strikeout here for Yancey. As he drives off the mound, the lefty gets Wallace to swing over top. That's going to bring up Ian Creemore, the second baseman, who's a strikeout victim back in the second. STK. One on, Josh Pablett over there running for Kyle Cowick. Takes that one down for ball 1. Ethan Lands waiting on deck. That one hits softly, a little liner and a flip to second. And that will do it for the STK half. So, STK get a leadoff runner aboard on a Kyle Cowick single, but the next 3 can't get it done for the team in orange as we head off to the bottom of the 4th. Waterdown Hammer leading STK's fastball by a score of 4-0 here from Glencoe. You're watching the ISC World Tournament here on Softball Premier TV. Riley Coverdale leading things off here for Waterdown in their half of the fourth inning. Coverdale with a RBI triple back in the second. He's looking to continue that good afternoon here at the ballpark as he takes that one high for ball one. Facing Scott Life, who came in, got a pair of fly ball outs back in the bottom of the third in relief of Nick Need, who gave up that home run to Ryan Mars. That check swing goes foul onto the registration tent over on the right side. Gotta say, I probably have the best seat in the house here, directly behind home plate. Quite enjoying my time at the ballpark here on day one of the ISCs as that one fought off foul. As Coverdale stays alive. Coverdale playing shortstop here for Waterdown this afternoon. Takes that rise ball up and away for ball two. Runs the count even at 2-2. Swing and a miss on a rise ball. Life gets his first strikeout of the afternoon as Coverdale goes down swinging. And that's going to bring up Andrew Mathies. He's the first baseman for Waterdown. Swing and a miss on that low, like a drop ball from Life. Checks his swing there. Cowick held it a little bit longer, but home plate umpire Dave Harrington not going to bite on that. Count even 1-1. There we see Matisse, a strikeout victim, looking back in the second inning, the first out of that one. Good late movement on that rise ball to come in for strike two. If Life can locate that one started off the plate and then came back and would have caught a corner on the way back in. If you can locate that one in the zone, that could be a tough pitch to hit. He took a little off that dipper. Cowick takes it out of the dirt. Evens the count 2-2. Rise ball just gets a piece of that to foul it out of play and stay alive at the plate. That one just low for ball three. Gonna run the count full here. Good at bat here from Matisse. One away in the fourth. Doesn't offer at it. That rise ball just missing. So Matisse works himself a 1-0 walk for a base runner here. So with one away, that's going to bring up Dave Bearclaw. Bearclaw, another strikeout victim, back in the second in his first at bat. He's going to square that ball outside, probably on purpose. Good job of pulling the bat back there. and not offering at that ball. That's the big one. When you turn to bunt, you want to make sure that ball is going to be in the zone so you can get it down. Lays that one down. Foul ball as Dallas Kipfer had a little hug there for the home plate umpire as they came in. Kipfer absolutely crashing from third base. See that on the replay. Kipfer managed to grab it on the first hop in foul territory, though. Got that throw off quickly. But we are going to do it all again because it was picked up in foul territory. 1-1 the count. That one hit up into the wind, drifting back. Nice job by Gus Wilson at tracking that one down just on the edge of the grass beyond third base for the second out of the inning. It's going to leave Matisse over at first.
Batter, number 35, catcher, Joe Mick.
That's going to bring up Joe Mick, the number 9 hitter for the Waterdown Hammer. Mick digging in with a nice wide stance, as you can see, wide and low. Takes that one for strike one. So he just checks the location there with the home plate umpire. That one just up, maybe a little bit in. Evens the count 1-1. Now we're going to be fouled up and out of play on the right side. Two down here for the Waterdown Hammer in the home half of the 4th inning. Runner on first. That one comes back over the inside corner. He goes down looking. So just the walk to Andrew Matisse there to mar that inning for Scott Life and STK as we see that one drift back over the plate there. Nice pitch by Life to get out of the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. One left on for the Hammer. We're through 4 complete innings. STK looking to get on the board here as we enter the top of the 5th. Be sure to stick around. Plenty of action to come here on Softball Premier TV from the ISC World Tournament, the 2026 edition. So getting things underway here in the top of the 5th inning is going to be Ethan Lands for STK. Waterdown Hammer leading this one 4-0 over last year's 4th place finishers at this tournament. Definitely a new look STK compared to last year. One of those returning guys is Ethan Lands. Sharp hit single up the middle. So Lands gets things going for STK here with the leadoff hit. And that's going to bring up Felipe Munoz,
Right fielder, Felipe Munoz.
the right fielder for STK. Felipe spent the season playing in the Kamloops League for the Acceleration Bombers as he swings over that changeup for strike one. That name's familiar. It is Choco Munoz, Alejo Munoz, little brothers. That one's popped to short off the fists. So a good pitch there by Yancey to get Munoz to fly out to the shortstop for the first out. That'll bring us back to the top of the STK order for Dallas Kipfer.
Batting next, number 2. Third baseman, Dallas Kipfer.
Kipfer, one of 3 hits so far today for STK. He had a single back in the third. As that one slashed the other way, that one is going to get down, and Ethan Lands rounding second on his way to third. He's going to trot in there standing up. And Kipfer with another single. And the first bit of action here for STK as they threaten here. Runners at the corners with 1 out. As that brings up Gus Wilson, the shortstop, in a big spot here for the team in orange. We might have a pitching change here. That's going to do it for Yancey's afternoon. He's going to exit the game after a pair of singles here in the inning. Looks like Kyle Linton's coming in here for the Waterdown Hammer. Warm-up pitches here. Linton has played internationally for Great Britain in the past. One of those, I guess you would call them expats who can get their passports. Like my friend Rich Haldane, who won several European championships for the Great Britain team over the years. Linton, a veteran of the ISC circuit, played for Niagara over the years. Thanks to our resident historian here, Doug Roberts, sitting just to my left. Feed me some information. Again, this ISC tournament kind of has its own mythos, its own aura, I guess as the kids would say nowadays. Just one of those events where, you know, you get guys come in and they can have a tournament and make a name for themselves, much like some of these STK guys would have done last year. I don't think anyone had them clocked as a team that would finish 4th, but you know, you get the right guys going at the right time. Next thing you know, you find yourselves on that winner's bracket, and the rest, as they say, is history. Linton coming in to face Gus Wilson, 1 for 2 on the day with a single and a strikeout. Runners on the corners here for STK. Kipfer at first, Lands at third as Linton pours in a strike. Wilson just asking, is that as far in as that one's going to come? That's the big thing. To hitters of this caliber, you can't miss over the plate. You need to be on those edges. That one in for strike 2. And Wilson quickly finds himself down 0-2 in the count. Big spot here for STK. Find themselves in a 4-run hole down to this watered-down Hammers club. Rise ball from Linton gets Wilson swinging. Second strikeout for Wilson. And that's going to bring up number 10, Corey Jones, the first baseman. Jones, a power threat. Wind looks to be blowing out to right as he takes ball 1. Rise ball on the outside that misses. Big spot for the man they call Unk. All the young bucks on this team for STK. That one in the dirt for ball 2. As we take a look at Jonesy there. Walked and struck out in this one so far. So he's looking to get his first hit of the 2026 ISCs. Checks his swing. Did not go according to the third base umpire, Michael DeBreyu. So 2-1 now the count to Jones. Sorry, 3-0. And I think Linton was being careful with him with the base open. He's going to load the bases. Jones gets his second walk. But now nowhere to put Kyle Cowick, who has the hardest hit ball here for STK in this one, as the bases are now loaded. Ethan lands at third. Dallas Kipfer at second. Corey Jones at first. Big spot here for STK as the tying run is at the plate here in the top of the 5th inning. Just one away.
Come on, Cowie! Come on, Cowie!
Rise ball in for a first pitch strike from Linton. Cowick hitting in the cleanup spot here for STK. ISC veteran. Played a lot of ball in his day. Big spot here. Ooh, that one taken outside. Cowick not happy with that one. Finds himself in an 0-2 hole here with one away here. Rise ball on the outer half, and Cowick goes down. So a threat here as the conversation between Cowick and the home plate umpire continues, but I don't think Cowick's going to win that argument. STK loads the bases but can't push a run across. As 3 straight pitches see Cowick go down. We head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Waterdown leading STK fastball by a score of 4-0 here in Glencoe. You're watching the ISC World Tournament here on Softball Premier TV. We head into the bottom half of the fifth inning. The Waterdown Hammer leading STK Fastball 4-0 in this one. We're at the Glencoe facility here in Southwest Ontario. A couple different facilities hosting this event, Glencoe being one of them. Beautiful fields at Bear Creek the other, as that one comes across for a strike. Low rise from Scott Life to get things underway. We're at the top of the order here. Curtis Roots. Scott Life came in for Nick Need in relief, as that one, the same pitch Cowick took for strike 3. And I think he would have been mad if he didn't get that call. Roots down 0-2 in the count here. And strike 3 called as Roots goes down for the second time. This one looking for the first out here in the top of the fifth inning. Bottom of the fifth inning, apologies.
Next batter, number 72, third baseman, Mark Stack.
It's going to bring up the third baseman, Mark Stack. Stack singled and scored on the home run as that one popped up. Kipfer going over. That one just out of his reach, out of play. Drop ball misses outside, evens the count 1-1. A drop ball in there, fouled away. Life goes ahead. 1 ball, 2 strikes in the count here. He's up to 30 pitches in this one. That one fouled off. Might have been the foot as Stack drops to the ground. He's going to try and walk that one off. That doesn't feel good. Looks like it might have gone off the instep. See the replay. Yeah, fouled right back onto his own foot. That's a tough one. Don't rub it. Ground ball to second. Creemore plays that on a room service hop over to Jones for the out. 2 gone here as Stack goes down.
Next up, number 24, second baseman, Ryan Maher.
That'll bring up Ryan Maher. He of the 2-run home run back in the third inning. Little opposite field fly ball that just got up into the wind and found its way over the fence, over the head of Felipe Munoz. In the dirt. Good job of Maher holding up the hands. Takes it for a ball. Be sure to stay tuned. After this one, we've got the Ohsweken Redmen coming up against the PA Storm. Lots of fastball action left, not only today, but throughout the week, as this tournament's just getting started here. Sure, a little debris on the field there. Might have coming out of Cowick's glove, I thought I heard him say. Fastball in for strike one. And with the pitching as it is in this game, you almost have to pick a pitch. I think rise ball, drop ball, until you get 2 strikes. That one gets by Cowick in the dirt for a 3-1 count. As a batter, you have to have a strategy going up there. Look for something until you get 2 strikes, and then you're just doing your best to protect until you get something you can handle. That one fouled back into the screen. It'll stay in play. The count full. 3 balls, 2 strikes to the batter Marr. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 5th inning. And Marr thought he got walked, but he goes down looking as that drop ball caught the inside corner for strike 3. That's going to do it for the Waterdown Hammer in their half of the 5th inning. They don't add. Been high in the estimation of Marr, but crosses right about belt high. We are through 5 complete here in Glencoe. Waterdown Hammer leading STK Fastball 4-0 as STK come up in their half of the 6th inning. Be sure to stick around. Lots of great fastball action coming to you on Softball Premier TV. Center fielder Nick Fry leading things off here for STK in the top of the 6th inning. They're running out of outs here in this one against the Waterdown Hammer as Kyle Linton settles in for his 2nd inning of work.
Come on, Nick.
Linton, a veteran presence here in the ISCs for Waterdown. Good job of working himself out of a bit of a jam. That rise ball gets Fry swinging for Linton's. Looks like his 3rd strikeout of his outing. That's going to bring up Czar Shaw Wallace. Oh, looks like we're going to have a pinch hitter. It's going to be Ben Edgington coming in place of Wallace. Edgington, another guy that would have played with Souk in that Kelowna Maydays tournament. So a chance for Ben Edgington to get in there, see some pitches, and hopefully be a spark here for STK. Takes that drop ball up and away for ball 1. Appeal down to the first base side. Frankie Billingsley says no swing. Edgington Edgington ahead in the count here, 2-0. Looked like a good pitch. Would have just missed down. Low rise in for a strike there. Nice pitch from Linton. From this vantage point, you get a great shot of that tight spin. Ball's moving late. Rise ball gets a swing from Edgington. Counts even now, 2-2. And that one paints the inside corner. Edgington goes down looking in his pinch hit appearance. And a couple of strikeouts here for Linton.
Next batter, number 6, second baseman, Ian Creemore.
That'll bring up the second baseman, Ian Creemore. Creemore in this one. Ground out and a strikeout. Take strike one on the inner half. Foul back off the umpire for strike two. Creemore in a quick hole here. Linton hits the 20 pitch mark for his outing. Fouled just out of play on the first base side. Creemore stays alive. Creemore offers an appeal. And a swing. So Linton comes in, strikes out the side in the 6th. And STK down to their final 3 offensive outs. There's nothing doing there for them. Waterdown leading this one 4-0 as we head into the bottom half of the 6th inning. STK fastball trailing the Waterdown Hammer by a score of 4-0 here on Softball Premier TV 2026 ISC World Tournament. Here we go for the bottom of the 6th. Scott Life gets a strike called there as Andrew Kelly getting things underway here for the Waterdown Hammer. Kelly a pair of flyouts. Thus far, the center fielder in the cleanup spot for the Waterdown Hammer, both to right field. It's keeping Felipe Munoz busy over there in right. Swing and a miss there. That's a strikeout. Kelly goes down swinging for the first out here in the bottom of the 6th.
Number 20, right fielder, Luke Zutto.
bring up Luke Zettel. Zettel with a double back in the second inning. Got the scoring underway as he scored on Riley Coverdale's triple. Also has a fly out in this one. Is that one taken outside for ball one? Drop ball on the outer half. That misses outside for ball two. 2-0 the count. And Zettel goes up the middle for a base hit. So a nice piece of hitting there from the center fielder for Waterdown, as he has himself a single here with one away in the sixth. It's going to bring in the shortstop, Riley Coverdale. Again, Coverdale had that triple back in the second to score Luke Zettel. Healthy jump out there as that one's fouled away. Taken down and away for ball one. Evens the count 1-1. These things start picking up around the ballpark. Looks like the Red Men warming up over on the diamond behind us here as they prepare to take on the PA Storm from Pennsylvania. But a change of pace there from Life. That one going to miss just in. Life and Cowick both wondering where that one missed, as that runs the count to 3-1 here to Coverdale. Runner going, or at least getting a good jump out there. That one fouled away, going to run the count full here, so we might see the runner in motion at this point with just one out here in the bottom of the sixth. And ball four taken outside, so single and a walk. And now two runners on with one away here for the Waterdown Hammer. That'll bring up Andrew Mathies, the first baseman. Mathies with a strikeout and a walk in this one. Walked back in the fourth, struck out in the second inning, one of Nick Need's strikeout victims. Need went 2 1/3 in this one before giving way to Scott Life after surrendering a home run. We're going to have time called. Cowick's going to come out and chat with Life just so they can get on the same page in terms of signals. Kind of see Luke Zettel kind of peering in. Again, that's a big part. Trying to pick up those signals, maybe location that he can relay to the batter from second base. That one taken up and away for ball one. in scoring position for Waterdown. They've done a good job of pushing those runs across, and that's been the difference. As that one hit hard up the middle. Here comes Zettel from second. The throw coming in is just a bit late. So Andrew Matisse coming up big with an RBI single. That scores Luke Zettel from second base to push that lead to 5-0, and that's been the difference in this one. STK has been unable to push those runs across when the opportunity has arisen, and Waterdown has done a good job of clutch hitting here, as they still have 2 runners on base here with just 1 away. That'll bring up Dave Barraclaw, the designated player, hitting in the 7 spot. 2 on, 1 away. He chops that one. Fielder's choice is going to get the runner at second. But Barraclaw, a productive out. As he's going to bring Coverdale across. We're going to have a pinch hitter here for the catcher, Joe Mick. So it's going to be Devin Carson coming up here.
Batting, number 68, Denver, Devin Carson.
Chance to maybe put this one completely out of reach, as the score now 6-0. So again, runner at first represents the winning run with the goal, with the runs ahead rule. That one, Life handles it. Nice job as he flips it over to Corey Jones, as STK avoids the run ahead rule here. But a little more damage done as Waterdown manages to push 2 more runs across in their half of the 6th inning, as we head to the top of the 7th. Last chance here for STKs. They need a bunch as they trail the Waterdown Hammer 6-0 here at the 2026 ISC World Tournament. So on a sticky afternoon here in Glencoe, Ontario, we are reaching the culmination of this one as we head to the top of the 7th with the Waterdown Hammer leading STK fastball 6-0. That brings up Ethan Lands, who's 1 for 2 on the afternoon. Lands with a single back in the 5th inning. And here in the 7th, representing STK's hopes as the leadoff hitter, we've got the 8 spot in Lands. Number 9 is Felipe Munoz, and then we'll go back to the top of the order in Dallas Kipfer as Lands swings through a rise ball for strike 1. That one's taken, a rise ball outer half for strike 2, and Lands down in the count 0-2 here. That one fouled away. Not much Lands could have done with that one as that rise ball inside.
Now batting 91, Ethan Land.
Linton has been effective in relief of Yancey. Is that one taken on the outside corner for strike 3 as Lands goes down looking. Second strikeout of the day.
Now batting number 49, right fielder, Felipe Nunez.
That'll bring up Felipe Munoz, the right fielder, with one out here for STK, down to their last 2 outs in this one. Got to get something cooking here if they want to have a chance here, but the combination of Reese, Yancey, and Kyle Linton have done a really good job in containing this lineup of STK so far. Good rise ball there from Linton. Munoz managed to foul that one back for strike 2. One and 2 the count. Number 9 hitter for STK. There's a battle on his hands here if he wants to earn himself a hit. Inside rise ball. Not a lot you can do with that one as Munoz goes down swinging. And STK now down to their final out as the leadoff hitter, Dallas Kipfer, stepping into the batter's box. That one taken in for ball 1. He's done a nice job of pitching in and out, using that rise ball at different levels of the strike zone, keeping these STK hitters off balance since coming in relief back in the 5th. This is Kipfer's 4th trip. He's got a pair of singles. Struck out back in the 1st. And that one's going to be flared out to right for a base hit. So Kipfer extends his solid day at the plate, his 3rd hit of the afternoon. And with 2 gone, STK have something cooking here. It'll be up to Gus Wilson now to try and extend the inning, extend the game, really. Big spot here. Wilson had a single back in the 1st inning, and since then has a couple of strikeouts. This will be his 4th trip to the plate. Big swing over the drop ball there for strike 1. Guy you want coming up here, Corey Jones, is due up next. But first, Wilson's got to make sure he gets on base for the big first baseman. Takes that one outside for ball 1, evens count 1-1. Swing and a miss on the rise ball. And now just 1 strike remaining here for STK. Fouled away to stay alive as Wilson smacks that one up and out of play. Changeup gets away from Linton a little bit there. Runs the count even at 2-2. Wilson doing a good job just staying alive, fouling that one back into the screen. Keeps the count at 2-2 here. Runner at first is Dallas Kipfer. Leadoff hitter, third baseman for STK, as he notched his third single of the afternoon. Wilson chops that one foul. Two gone, 2-2 the count to Gus Wilson. Runner at first base for STK. Down to their last strike against the Waterford Hammer. Sorry, Waterdown Hammer. That one in the dirt, runs the count full. Payoff pitch here for Linton. See, rocks and fires. That one hit to center, well hit. Going back, handled just at the fence. Allowed out, but an out nonetheless, and that is going to do it here as the Waterdown Hammer take care of STK fastball. 6-0 in Game 6 of the ISC 2026 World Tournament. So Waterdown get themselves into the winner's bracket, and STK will look to get themselves there tomorrow. Story of the game for me really was the fact that STK had hits, had base runners, just weren't able to push them across. And the inverse was true for Waterdown. They managed to score their 6 runs on 6 hits, including a home run from Ryan Marr, which was the big one that ended Nick Need's afternoon. He will go into the books as the losing pitcher, while Reese Yancey did a great job starting for the Waterdown Hammer. Mowed down the STK lineup and giving way to Kyle Linton later in the game. Linton came in and did an admirable job for a combined shutout of the reigning fourth-place finishers from last year. So that'll do it for Game 6 here of the ISC World Tournament from Southwest Ontario. Of course, much more coming up, including the Ohsweken Redmen and the PA Storm. As soon as those fields are ready, be sure to stick around, and thanks for tuning in. For our production crew from Softball Premier TV, I'm Adam Donnelly. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you soon.